Good morning, good morning, good morning. Carol Davis here with a spot of sunshine just for you. So, if you enjoy these little spots of sunshine, please let me know here or go to my YouTube channel, which is Changeless Change YouTube, where I post all these. Because I would love to know if anyone's listening or watching. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, 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 as Kelly Clarkson would say, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And so I can get it up to at least 100. And that would be so joyful. So why do I do this every morning at 10 a.m. Tuesday through Friday Pacific Standard Time? Because it brings me joy. I love doing this. It makes me feel like I'm contributing to the life force, to the universe, by putting a little sunshine in. And when I started this, a lot of people were not feeling any sunshine. I started this near the beginning of the pandemic, probably a few months into it. And I was fine, but everybody seemed bleak and dark, and everybody was scared. Not everybody. You know what I mean? Some people. And I thought, excuse me a lot, but mostly I saw people helping people. People helping people, no matter what. Sure, people were afraid. People were like, what? And I thought, what can I do? Because I'd been in the hospital for a couple of months with 4 fractures in my back, and I couldn't go out. And I have trouble breathing. So it was like food lines. There was nothing I could do physically. I wanted to help. I couldn't even Uber then. I'm an Uber driver, but I was knocked down. Even down and out, I had to find a way to put something into the universe to pay back for my life and my joy. And I thought, I started out with conversations with coffee with Carol. That seemed boring. So, I thought, what do we need? We need a brightness, a spark of light, some joy, sunshine. There you go, a spot of sunshine. So this is my 181st broadcast. And I'll keep doing this till, I don't know, some kind of divine intervention leads me to something else. So let me know what you think. Please, again, go to YouTube, tell your friends, Changeless Change is my handle. So, and by the way, I don't know if every time I read it's sunshine. I don't know, but I think sometimes just me being here, doing my best I can to add joy to the universe helps. And so when we ended yesterday, it was like, yesterday I read about the agony of imperfection and shame attacks, and one of the solutions is to shrink it. When something's bothering you, and that storm that we get from shame attacks, that anxiety, that just, for everyone it's different. Mine are devastating, but I don't have to drink anymore to quiet the storm. And so whatever person, place, or thing is causing me shame, which basically that's not possible. I'm the only one that can allow the shame. Just saying. But I've learned to shrink it. And that's where I'm starting today with that story, Shrink It, which actually that idea came from a friend. But are you ready? Shrink it. Shrink what? Shrink anything or anyone bothering you. When I feel hurt or intimidated by people, I shrink them into little children, and they're way less scary. You can also try the shrinking technique with any of your emotions. The next time you are overwhelmed with debilitating shame, squeeze that emotion into a small ball and put that little ball into a box. Slam that lid until you're ready to deal with it. What do you think? Shrink it. That's that chapter. You see, this book, Changeless Change, is like that. Every page is a different story. So it's like you can just pick a page at random and have a solution. This one's called Scales of Justice. Remember the scale? You've seen the Scales of Justice, okay? One night many years ago, I sat straight up in bed with a vision of the Scales of Justice. I had been harboring resentment, which is refeeling over and over, for months about the behavior of a particular person. Of course, I saw myself as the good person and him as the bad person. And if that is true, I thought, while picturing the scales, how come I'm wide awake and the bad guy is probably sleeping like a rock. The vision of the scales helped me put my perception and attitude back in balance by reminding me that I choose my reactions. I made a choice in that moment not to torture myself, and never again have I lost sleep due to resentments. I just picture those scales and I'm okay. Well, I'm okay as far as sleeping is concerned, but I realized I needed to begin to work on a lifetime of resentments, and did this by taking inventory in the attic. Remember that story? The attic is what I call my subconscious, where my past is stored. However, before I could get there, I needed to address my anger and rage. But how? I was way too angry to write. Couldn't do any inventory. My teacher said, just write anyway. Just one page. Write down the name of someone. But I could not do that. I would start raging at just the thought of someone in my past. I was no longer acting out violently against people or property that was not mine, but I raged and I smashed things, my own things, crazy. People kept telling me I needed to deal with my anger, and that made me angry. I yelled, I was mean and hurtful. What do I do? When I was angry, I felt like a balloon filled to the brim with air that had been let go inside of me. Have you ever seen that? A balloon releasing air, like blow it up and then let it go. Flying every which way in the room like a psycho bird. Well, that is how I felt inside when I was that angry. Like balls bouncing in every direction uncontrollably inside of me. So one day, I got the wild idea to beat up my bed. Really, look at this picture. Beating up my bed, for real. Yes, every time I felt the rage, I would pummel my bed until the energy inside of me dissipated. Of course, I wasn't always at home, so occasionally I had a few slips of the tongue. But more often, I would hold my anger inside, knowing my bed and some sweet release was waiting for me when I did get home. Releasing the energy of anger within me, I was then able to finally enter into the attic of my being to start rummaging through everything buried there. In my attic, or subconscious, I found the clues for beginning my journey back to me. See, the whole thing is, it was that energy that shame and anger and all those negative create that block me from writing or discussing. So once I dissipate the energy, I can then proceed with whatever my therapist is telling me to do or whatever advice I'm getting. That makes good sense. I can't get to the core of it till I get past the rage. So beating up my bed dissolve the rage. So now we're talking about I guess didn't talk about the addict yet. Well, now the addict, this feels like getting the cart before anyway, the addict, which I keep referring to as my subconscious. All the old ideas it's past our time. Oh, guess what? We're going to have to do the addict. You can think about it. See that? That's your subconscious mind. We're going to do that on Tuesday when we get back to this, okay? I just was really enamored with myself today, wasn't I? It's already 10:08. Thank you all for being here. Have a blessed weekend and stay well.